Good morning, grade 4. Are you fine today? Yesterday we talked about the adaptations. We said they are characteristics or features that living organisms do to adapt with their environments. Today we will talk about the types of adaptation. There are two types of adaptations. What are these? Structural adaptation and behavioral adaptation. What is the difference between them? First, let's know what is the structural adaptation. Structural adaptation means some change happens inside the body of living organism. Like what? As we said before, or as we said yesterday, that we have many animals can make behaviors to adapt with their environments, while God created for them or inside their bodies some structures that help them to adapt already with their environments. As what? We said Arctic fox and polar bear live in what? Live in polar regions, right? So how do these animals adapt with their environments? God created for them white fur coat to keep their bodies warm, Can these animals make their coats for themselves or by themselves? No, God only control these structures. God only can create these structures inside their bodies. So when we say structural adaptation, we mean what? We mean some change is related to the body of living organism, No one can control it. No human can control it. Only God. Okay, so we have many examples of structural adaptation. We said now the fur coat of polar bear and Arctic fox in polar regions. Also the sandy colored fur of what? Of fennec fox. Can fennec fox create for itself this sandy colored fur or this coat to protect itself from the hot sunny days? Of course not. But he can do some behaviors by himself to what? To adapt with its environment. So structural adaptation means what? Means a change inside the body structure that God only can control it. What about humans? All systems inside our bodies are considered what? Are considered structural adaptation. Can anyone control the movement of food inside his digestive system? Of course not. Can anyone control the movement of his heart or the movement of blood inside the blood vessels? Of course not. So anything inside our bodies or is related to our systems, our organs, our skin, the color of face of skin is related to what? Is related to structural adaptation, that God only can control it. Okay, what about the behavioral adaptation? Behavioral adaptation, from its name, means what? Change in the behaviors of the living organism. For example, I said yesterday I entered this class, right? So I turned on the fan and I turned on the air condition. What does it mean? It means I think, so I will do. What is the meaning of behavioral adaptation? Think and do. Think and do. I used my brain to adapt with the hot climate of this class. So what I did, I turned on the fan and the air condition to keep my body cool. I thought with my what? With my brain. I used my brain. This is the meaning of behavioral adaptation. All living organisms can make behavioral adaptation. How? I'm talking about humans, animals, and plants. So, for example, which I said now, humans can do all behavioral adaptation by themselves. They can think and do as they like. What about animals? All animals can use behavioral adaptation. For example, We will talk today about chameleon, bull shark, and many animals or new animals. You will love them so much. But we said yesterday, starry gamma lizard. We said starry gamma lizard searches for or looks for shaded area to keep its body cool, right? It did it by itself. It used its brain. Its brain, yes. All living organisms, as animals and humans, have brain. Why? To think and do their behaviors. Migration of some animals. What is the meaning of migration? It means traveling some birds from place to another, searching for warmer place or searching for cooler place. They did this behave by themselves. It's not related their bodies. It's related their behaviors. It's related to their behaviors. Okay, let's show today some animals to know what are their structural and behavioral adaptation. For example, bull shark. Do you know bull shark? There is only shark can live in fresh water and also salt water, but he loves live in fresh water. Why? Because it's less competition in fresh water. It's only shark that can live in fresh water. What about the other sharks? The other sharks, of course, as we know, live in salt water only, but this shark is a special shark. Bull shark can live in fresh water and salt water. It's from God. It's a structural adaptation. Yes, it can live in fresh water and salt water. It's a unique advantage for him, so he can live, he can adapt in both types of water, What else? Bull shark has two colors. Its back is darker than its belly. Why? Its back looks like the dark of the sea at the bottom. So when some prey moves above this shark and looks downward, it cannot see it. It's make, as we said yesterday, camouflage. It's hard to be seen because its back has the color of the bottom of the sea. What about its belly? Look, its belly looks lighter or whiter than the back of the bull shark. So if some prey moves or swims under the bull shark and looks upward, it cannot see it easily because it's hard to be seen. Its belly looks like a light area, looks like the light of the surface of water, also make camouflage. So camouflage in the back and camouflage in its belly. What does it call? This property is called counter shading. It's called what? Counter shading. So bull shark uses what? Counter shading to adapt with fresh water and salt water to eat their prey easily. Okay, this is only structural adaptation in bull shark? No, it has very sharp teeth. Who created these teeth for bull shark? Only God. God created for bull shark sharp teeth to cut and flesh its prey easily. It's only structural adaptation. So we said number one, counter shading is the first structural adaptation that God created for bull shark, dark back and white belly, and also sharp teeth to sneak or flesh its prey. Okay, what about behavioral adaptation? You can see bull shark anywhere and anytime. What is the meaning of anywhere in fresh water and salt water as a structural adaptation? What is the meaning of anytime? It's related to the behavioral adaptation. Anytime means we can see bull shark at the daytime and also at the night time. How? The prey cannot surprise. The prey cannot say, oh, it's at the daytime, I will be at the night time. No, the prey cannot detect which time the bull shark can be exist. So It can hunt at the daytime and also at the night time. It's related to behavioral adaptation. Okay. Also, it can eat any food. We said it lives in fresh water and salt water, so it can eat any food in front of him. Jellyfish, octopus, starfish, smaller fish, Nemo fish. Do you know Nemo fish? It can also eat Nemo fish. Okay, all types of food in fresh water and salt water. So when we say bull shark can eat, or bull shark eats all types of food, so we are talking about its behavioral adaptation. It's behavioral adaptation. This is our bull shark, has a structural adaptation and also behavioral adaptation. What about the panther chameleon? Panther chameleon from the kingdom of lizards. Lizards, so we can remember with each other now. Starudagama lizard that lives in desert, but here chameleon is a type of lizards. It lives in tropical rainforest. It lives in tropical rainforest. It has mid temperature and it's rainy most of the year, so it has a different climate than the desert, right? It lives in a special climate and good climate for it. God created for it many structural adaptation, amazing structural adaptation for it, and also can make some behaviors to adapt with its habitat with the tropical rainforest. So, what are the structural adaptations that chameleons or panther chameleon has? First thing, look at its eyes. Its eyes, panther chameleon's eyes can move in opposite directions. One of these eyes searches for food to eat while the other eye looks for danger. It has a special eyes. Can you do this like this structural adaptation? Of course not. We cannot do this structural adaptation. Our eyes move in one direction, while panther chameleon, its eyes move in opposite directions. One of them searches for food to eat and the other eye looks for danger. This is the first structural adaptation. Its eyes, only God created for it its eyes, so it's related to structural adaptation. Excellent. Okay, what about its tail? Its tail looks like a hand. It turns around the branches of tree, and also its legs, okay, looks like a V shape. Looks like what? V shape. This is the V shape to what? To hold tightly with branches. To hold tightly with what? Branches. God also created these feet for panther chameleon. Why? To hold tightly with branches. It's also related to structural adaptation. What about its scales? Wow, it has colorful scales as the colors of tropical rainforest. It stands on trees, colorful flowers and colorful rainforest, right? So it must adapt or make camouflage with this area or with this habitat. So God created for it colorful scales to stay hidden among the colorful trees. Okay, what else? Its tongue. It has a long sticky tongue to catch its prey easily. It has a long sticky tongue, so its tongue is what is related to structural adaptation. So we said eyes of chameleon, tail and feet of chameleon, and also scales. We said now the tongue of chameleon. Four things are related to structural adaptation. What about their behaviors? Also can make some behaviors to adapt with its habitat? Yes. First thing, it puffs up its body with air when some enemy approach to it, okay? So immediately it puffs up its body with air to what? To afraid of this what? To afraid of this enemy. Like by this way. I did it by myself. Also, panther chameleon did it by itself. So it's related to behavioral adaptation. What about its mouth? Also opens its mouth wide. By this way, I did it by myself. I did it by myself. So it's related also behavioral adaptation. Changes its color. It can take the same color exactly of the place which it stands on. So when panther chameleon stands on leaves, leaves have green color, so its color or the color of its scales immediately change into green. Why? To make camouflage or to stay hidden on these leaves. What about fennec fox and Arachitic fox? Fennec fox, as we said yesterday, lives in desert. God created for him, or God created inside its body, some structures to adapt with its environment and also can make some behaviors to keep its body cool in the extreme hot weather in desert. Okay, what are the structure adaptation of fennec fox? God created for him, as we see, extra large ears. Can you see its ears? They are extra large ears. Do you think why? These ears can lose the heat from its body. Can lose the heat from its body, so it can keep its body cool. Also, it has sandy colored fur. Sandy colored fur not only for camouflage, no. Sandy colored fur also reflects the sunlight that falls on its body, reflects it again to what? To the sky. By this way, look, this is the fur of fennec fox, sandy fur. Okay, I have to say for you, we have to wear white clothes, okay, at the daytime in sunny hot days to reflect the sun rays by this way. Why? To keep our body cool, to keep our body cool. So the sun rays fall on the body of fennec fox by this way, okay, and reflect them again upward to don't allow the penetration of sun rays to the body of fennec fox, so it can keep its body cool. It's a type of structural adaptation also. So we said it has extra large ears. Why? It has extra large ears to lose the heat from its body, and also it has sandy colored fur to reflect the sunlight that falls on its body. Why? To keep its body cool. Okay. It has also special ears. What is the meaning of special ears? No animal has these ears. Why? These ears look like a circle, or circle enters downward to what? To give it excellent hearing, to give excellent hearing. As I use my ear by this way, I can hear excellent now more than any time, right? Also, fennec fox has a special ears to give it excellent hearing, so it has super sense of hearing. It can hear all the voices of small prey, so it can hunt them easily. What about its behaviors? What does it do in this desert? It can do some behaviors. It pants like dogs, 700 breaths in 1 minute. How? Like this. Do you know it? Do you know these quick breaths that dog does? Also, fennec fox can pant like dogs. Why? To keep its body cool. To keep its body cool by entering the cool air inside its mouth. Okay, it lives in burrows. We said about the starred gamma lizard. It searches for shaded area to keep its body cool. Also, fennec fox searches for a burrow to stay or inside it in the hot sunny days to cool its body. He did it by itself. He did it by itself. He used its brain. What should I do? I feel hot. What should I do? I search for a burrow to stay inside. Okay, it also eats all types of food. We know that desert is a dry environment. It has less types of plants, so it has no options. It has no chances front of him, so it can eat all types of food. All types of food, plants, animals, any type of food front of him. Okay, what about its friend or its brother, Arctic fox? Arctic fox is bigger in size than fennec fox. Fennec fox has a small size. Arctic fox lives in tundra. Tundra is a type of desert. Tundra is a type of desert, but a special desert. In summer is hot, while in winter is very cold. Its temperature reaches to 50 degrees Celsius under zero. So it's very cold in winter but hot in summer. It's tundra where Arctic fox lives. Okay, so what's its structure adaptation that God created for him? God created for him a thick fur coat to keep its body warm inside the winter season. What about its color? Its color changes into brown in summer. What? It has two colors? Yes. As the color of our skin on the beach seems darker than our skin in winter season, right? Because of the sun. Also, the fur of Arctic fox changes into brown in summer and it changes again into white in winter. It's also structural adaptation. Can it did it by itself? No, only God controls this feature. Only God can change the fur color of Arctic fox, so it's related to structural adaptation. It has also special ears, but its ears are smaller than the ears of fennec fox. Why? Because it needs heat inside its body. Fennec fox needs to keep its body cool, while Arctic fox needs to keep its body warm. It needs this heat, so it has short ears or small ears to keep the heat of its body inside. Okay. What about its behaviors? Arctic fox needs to stay warm. What should he do to stay warm in the winter season? It eats all types of food because it lives in tundra. Tundra is a desert, so it has less types of plants. It has less choices. It has less options, so it can eat all types of food, insect fruits, plant roots, any animal in front of him. Okay, it also can stay in burrows. It searches for burrows, but not to stay cool, to stay warm against fennec fox. So we have to differentiate between fennec fox in desert and Arctic fox in tundra. Okay, make a comparison at home and draw it and write these items to differentiate between of them. Okay, it's our homework at home. We finished our lesson. Please return the video again and study our lesson heard. See you later. Goodbye.